Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you was just a fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you was just a fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Jimbo.
And I'm Kemper.
We're coming to you live from the stand. Kemper, I can tell in your voice you've had a day off.
No, I've been working.
Just kidding.
I'm smoking a doobie right now, but yeah.
Same difference. They would be
Yeah.
fun. Listen,
Done with work. I got a day off tomorrow.
that's right. That's right. You just sound like you had a little spunk, man. That's all, you know. But I'm Kemper. Yeah, you
It's
are.
a doobie.
Hey, there you go, brother. Whatever makes you feel good, I'm all about it, son.
I
I'm
told
glad
you
for
it sets me to normal. Is what it does.
I see.
Yep.
Hey, Glenn is going to join us this evening. I sent him the link. I was planning on doing it tomorrow night, but he's like, well, if you want to do it tonight, we can. So let's do it tonight. He's going to come on and talk about what brought the stuff up between him and Easy. And
Wonder if Easy will show up. It is an
I
open
hope
panel.
so, man. Wouldn't it be fun to squash a little Easy today?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, come on, Sleazy. What you got to say? It is good to see everybody. We appreciate you being here on this Manic Monday. Which I we don't get manic over here. We have our own feelings about manic. I don't know how much. What is up, everybody? It's good to see y'all. Let's look at all that blue. It's fun. It's fun to have y'all here and chat with us. So take this for what it's worth. Believe it or not, I went on MamaT's channel today and looked for a video. I was going to watch some videos and get some sound bites, and I did. I got a few. I'm going to add them later. I've added a couple, but I'm going to add these later. But I scroll back. Just, hey, you take your finger and scroll back on the lives. I scroll back far as one good swipe would do. And then I did one more good swipe. Roll. I got all the way back 7 months. 7 months on 2 good slings. And randomly, out of the 7 month I picked, as soon as her 8-minute intro's over, 7 months ago, first fucking thing out of her mouth is Jimbo. First thing. Of course, it was about Ernie, you know.
Yeah, of course. But I'm not surprised. It's what it usually is. I mean, lately it's been Charlie K, but it's usually Jimbo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, her intro was killer. It's like, it's too long, Mama T. Ours is 3 minutes, and it's too long, I think. I enjoy every bit of it because it's, got that fire you up kind of thing going into it, but still, 8 minutes is way too long. Way too long. Couldn't do it. I'd be, bored and it'd run people off. And but you do you, Mama. Terrific. Hey, let me play this. This ain't Mama T, actually. This is Betty.
Fuck you. Fuck your girlfriend. Fuck your bullying. Fuck all of you. Fuck you, bitches. You can go sit on a dick that you'll never have because you don't know what one is. Fucking weirdo motherfucker. I've had it with you. God damn, shut up. You know how to shut the fuck up? Shut up.
Let them have it, Betty Washam. Let them have it.
She wasn't mad or nothing, was she?
Seems like she was a little mad, bro. She was a little mad. Yeah, Mo, it's funny. Raging Betty, there ain't nothing like it. There ain't nothing like Raging Betty. She was pissed. That was directed at traders, I believe. That was
sounded like it.
Yeah. You felt bad for Betty today. I didn't see what all went down, but yeah, I know she gets the butt end of a lot because of she acts sometimes a little, sometimes she brings it on herself. I don't know about today, but sometimes she does bring it on herself. That N-word tirade she had that time, and I understand talking to a black lady, and that's the way they were talking back and forth, but I still don't think, in my opinion, I never would have done that, so.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. She's moved on, and I believe she asked for forgiveness and apologies to everybody, so there's that. But yeah, she does get herself in some pickles sometimes. Betty took herself off of YouTube today. She stopped her memberships too. I got a refund of my member. I did see that where she was.
What happened?
Community post. She turned off her memberships. That she didn't want to take monetization, didn't want to take money from people if she wasn't going to be on live all the time.
What'd she do? That?
She canceled her memberships. Basically, she turned her memberships off so people who were paying her won't be paying her no more.
Is there a real reason why?
I don't know. I don't know what led up to it. I don't know what led up to it. Maybe Mo knows. Mo or Markella, maybe one of y'all know. Hey, Penny. The stand, Kemper and Nicolina is now her outro. The stand, Kemperina and Nicolina, or Kemperina. you and Kemper and Nicolina is now her outro. Are you talking about Mama T's? Mama T needs an outro. I did see the outro on the one, and it was pathetically put together. She's got pictures of me and Thelma and Kemper and Nicolina on it, like trying to be funny. I guess trying to be like Mama T. You can catch people in the worst moments ever of their eyes closed, whatever, turning their head. You are the ugliest person on the YouTube streets.
I'd like to know what sexy ass picture of me she's got on there.
Let's see if we can find an outro. We'll watch it.
I mean, it's funny that she's doing it to try to get a reaction, and we're not even paying attention.
Yeah, I had to have somebody tell us.
I had no fucking clue. Like,
I mean, she thinks she's being funny, you know, like,
no,
Mama T,
she's
you don't want this. You don't
sad
want this.
as white trash, sad as fuck.
Yeah. Mama T.
We've been doing this for a long time. You know, all that shit you were saying to Charlie K, Mama T. You ain't got no place to be saying that to anybody. You're a nothing. You're a nobody. You're a loser. You know, and Kemper Sinatra fits you perfectly. It has from day one. Because you don't have a place around here. You're with the Ernie type of people. You're with the people that like to scam and lie and slander. You know? You still never truly apologized for the lies you told about us. You just kept running your mouth. But Ernie's a predator now. Now that he's been caught, and yes, he did have charges, and he's about to start that whole process. But we were lying, right? Mama T, you need to get your shit straight, bitch.
Yeah.
You really
I'll tell you
do.
what, I may make me an outro. Not an outro, because I don't want to wait. I don't want to play Mama T on every stream, but might make us a video to play every now and then, and just, you know, either is done to the Cartman fuck your fucking face on, or something maybe by P. Diddy, and make it about Marvin, you know. Put Marvin's face up there over and over and over again. Got some good pictures of Marvin holding some kids.
Sure do.
We'd mark the kids out, but we got some good pictures of RSO for life hanging on to little kids like they was watermelons at a barbecue.
Oh, diddler daddy. Yep.
Uh-huh. She is desperate for attention. I'm gonna give her some attention. I don't think she's gonna want the attention I'm giving her. Like, her chat's awful. Like, she ain't got nobody left.
I know. It's funny. But she's something. She's been doing this for a long time, Jimbo. Remember that now.
She's very scorned and needs a MamaT and a Snicker. That's right, Markella. Yeah, she's nasty, Penny. She's a nasty person. I don't know if I played these last night. I believe I did.
Oh, and when your leader, Ernie Shell, goes down, I will say I told you so. Shame, shame. I know your name and you ain't built for this game, bitch.
All right. We might have a new video on the way here soon to watch. That's exciting news. That's exciting news. We can pick back up here in a minute if Greg doesn't show up. I'm sorry, Glenn. Sorry, Glenn. And maybe we can interview him tomorrow. You never know when stuff comes up. But what's up, L. Kennedy? Kim's Creative. How y'all doing? Hey, there's Glenn. Be joining y'all soon. Okay, hey, Glenn. Never mind. I see him now. Hey, Fleece. Yeah. So let's switch gears here before Glenn comes up. Let's talk about the little Canucky 80 up there. Canuckistani, whatever Kemper wants to call him. Because Kemper's one to come up with them Canadian nicknames, not me. All the Canadians love me. They don't like him.
It's my fault again.
It is your fault, you dirty son of a bitch.
I swear. That's what happens.
Oh,
Omnipresent.
that's right.
Everywhere, all the time.
Yeah. This little nugget hopping across the trampoline going, ah, ha, 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 ha. Funny, Easy. You're funny. I told you I was God's favorite. Nobody would listen to me.
I see it all. Every single fucking one of it. I see it all. I told you I'm God's favorite. You thought I was joking about that. I was.
Why is God's favorite living in mommy's basement? I mean, explain that to me, man. Why is God's favorite living in mommy's basement? You think he'd have a better spot to live in. What's going on, Luna? Good to see you.
Hey, Luna.
Looking great. Yeah, Mom. Today was Canada's Thanksgiving. Oh, I wonder if he saw his son today or called him.
Probably not.
I doubt it. I would have heard about it if he did. Yeah, he'll be here in just a minute. That's cool, Paige. Yeah, he didn't call us. There ain't no way. Yeah, loser. Nope. There you go. There's the answer. Did not call. Well, happy Canadian Thanksgiving to all of our Canadian subscribers, members, and friends. Hope y'all had a wonderful day. Now, do y'all eat turkey on Thanksgiving up there? That's my question. That's my favorite thing about November is turkey. Turkey and the rolls.
Mine's the Ohio State-Michigan game. Happens around the same time every year, too.
Yeah. It's a celebration of fall and harvest time. That's good, Sister Callie. That's good. So, yeah, I don't know. Since just Jets lost again, yeah, they're going to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry to Cowboys. But you got this little nugget up there that came to YouTube pretending to be a big nugget. Like he thought he was a whole chicken fillet. He wasn't, but he's just a little nugget.
He's not even the bag for the chips, man.
Huh?
He's not even the bag for the chips, man. He ain't shit.
No, he ain't. But he came on to YouTube and pretended to be, the whole Happy Meal, or whatever meal they get at McDonald's, Wendy's, wherever. You're the whole kids meal, boy. That's what you got. And that's what you pretended to be. And then turns out you ain't shit, but a liar. Came on here tugging. My family. I'm a father of 3, and I take wonderful care of my kids. I've even got custody of my nonverbal handicapped son. No, you don't. Need my phone?
Well, I'll need to hear in a bit, but
Filling something out?
yeah, I need to ask you a question.
All right, back.
What's up,
So-
Earth Angel?
Huh?
I was
James?
just saying hi to Earth Angel.
Oh, okay. Hey, Earth Angel. So, anyway, we're talking about Sleazy here. Comes over here and and he's the punishment sent down from God. If all you people would do what you're supposed to, he wouldn't have been sent. Speak easy, you sacrilegious, lying POS who lives with mommy. Shut up. Because when Christina came, told the truth about you, your little YouTube world came crumbling down. That me and Kemper, even before Christina came around, we knew We didn't know what or why, but we knew. We kept saying, well, just wait. He'll show himself.
Well, the shit always comes out, man. Like we've seen it so many times with every single one of these people. So I knew it was going to happen with him, especially with the way he painted himself to be this perfect dude that was a manly man that took care of all of his, offsprings and his baby mamas, and they've got bank accounts and houses and blah blah blah. He don't even have his own house. He don't even have his own lease agreement. I mean, how fucking sad do you have to be to not have any of that, and then claim you own all these houses, you got all the titles, you got all these bank accounts, that I mean, you have all this shit and you do all this shit, when in reality, you sit down in the basement and try to suck yourself off.
Let me ask you something, Kemper. Is the basement considered a floor? Like, if you got a basement, first and second floor, is that a 3-story home?
Oh shit.
The reason I ask is because if it's not, and it's just the basement, then Easy don't even have his own floor in his own home.
No, you don't.
What's up, Toxic? Yes, sir. Ernie Shell is still in jail, sir, and he will be for a while.
Yeah, he ain't getting out for a minute.
Toxic, I do believe he's got money on his books. I'm sure. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. If I were betting, I'd say yes, he does. One of those people would be sending him money, guarantee it. But he probably needs it to get that lubrication. Of course, Easy won't show up to fight Resto. No, he ain't gonna fight Resto or Glen. Glen's gonna come on panel with us here soon. Glen's would wreck him. And now listen, I ain't sliding Resto. I don't know Resto. Just appearance wise, I still think Resto would whip Easy. And that's not just, because I don't like Easy. I just don't listen. Easy's a tiny little. You shouldn't qualify yourself as a man if you're looking at it the way he does.
Right.
Glenn Lawrence is coming on panel, Toxic. That's the guy that Easy said he would whip him and Resto in the same night, but it had to be both of them the same night.
Back to back. Yep.
Hey, Margaret. Yeah, back to back, or it ain't gonna happen. So which means Easy took the fight off the table right there. Because it ain't gonna happen back to back. Ain't no athletic commission in the world gonna allow it. It ain't gonna happen. Now, would they let you fight 7 days apart? Yes, they will. So, welcome. Fight them twice in a row, 2 weeks in a row. You better pick who you want to fight first, because if you lose too bad, you won't be available for the second fight. Like I said, I know zero background on any of these people. I know what I've looked at, and I know what I've seen on Easy's fight, and he can't fight. He's not.
No.
He's not big.
He's not even a scrapper.
You can't fight.
I mean? He's not even a scrapper.
No.
He just he fights like a girl.
That's what I was going to
say. No offense intended, ladies. No offense at all. But yeah, that's what it looks like watching him. I mean, I've seen drag queens with better form than him.
Yeah,
I really have.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's about the same amount of, on a scale of 1 to 10, he ranks up there about as far as he does as a dad, as he does as a father. Right. Margaret said she fights like a man. That's what I've heard, Margaret. I really have. I have heard that. I'll tell you what now, Margaret don't care to throw down with people. She'll stand right in there with you. I've seen her stand up for people. So she ain't no joke there. That's a fact. Hey, Pitbull Mama. Glenn is here.
Hello.
Hello, Glenn. How are you, sir?
I am doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
What's going
Turn
on,
down
Glenn?
my audio. Hold on, real quick. I'm just turning down my audio, my playback.
All right.
All right. Good. So, how are you fellas doing this evening?
Doing well. Doing well.
Just hanging out.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm glad that I found your guys' channel. It's been interesting learning about this individual.
Yeah, he's a trip, ain't he?
How long have you known or known of him? When did this come about?
I think I met him sometime in May of this year.
Okay, this year. Okay.
Yeah. I think I met him sometime in May this year.
Yeah.
And it was through mutual friends. I want to say, I don't think it was Andrew, but
is Resto one of them?
no, I met Resto when I had Easy on my panel one night, and Resto was one of the guys that were trying to come up on panel, and Easy's like, oh, that guy was a former mod of mine, and he doxed my family or whatever. So not knowing anybody and knowing that I already had Easy on my panel, I didn't want to have like drama, so I wasn't gonna let him on.
Right, I get that.
So, but eventually, like weeks later, actually, I think it was months later, Resto tried to come on my panel, I think a third time, and I let him on because I'm just like, I should really hear this guy's side of the story before like making a conclusion about who this person is,
Right.
and deciding for myself. And so I let Resto on, and we had a great conversation. I mentioned like, hey, Easy's not here, so I don't want you to be talking about him. Don't talk about people that are not here, to defend themselves. And so Resto came on, we had a good conversation. He's never given me any problems or anything like that. He's been a good guy. I mean, I don't know their story. I don't know what their entire beef was because I wasn't a part of it. But I didn't seem there to be a reason for me not to communicate or have communications with Resto.
Right.
Easy took offense to that. Said that he wasn't going to be going on anybody's channel who support or brings up, lets guys like him who allegedly doxed his daughter on their channel.
Yeah, he's a victim. He's always a
And
victim.
I was like, well, okay, that's fine, but you don't run my channel. You don't control what I do. So I will have whoever I want to have on, and that's the end of the story. If you don't like it, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem.
Yeah.
I'm willing to judge people based off of my interaction with them, not just take on everybody else's offenses. So since I did that, he's had a problem with me. Didn't tell me really that he had a problem with me. I would hear little things from people in Discord that, Easy's talking shit or whatever. The way I looked at it was, well, until he actually comes to me and says, I have a problem with you because of X, Y, and Z, well, then I'm not going to assume anything. He ends up sending me a message around like the 19th of August and the 20th. On August 18th, I got into a car accident, so I was in the hospital on the 18th. And I didn't, so while I was in the hospital, that's when he sent his messages. Now, prior to, the accident, um, I was informed already about Easy talking shit and all kinds of stuff. So to me, I was like, I'm not gonna even respond to his messages. Like, there's no point. I don't see a point in responding to anybody's messages,
Right.
especially if somebody like is going around talking shit about you.
Oh yeah,
Why?
he tells everybody else that he's got a problem, but he doesn't tell you a thing. You got to hear it from other people. You got to love that.
Yeah. So, he sent other people messages, um, saying um, that I made myself an enemy, and that that he wished I dropped dead or something like that. And I'm like, okay, so
This guy's in his mid-30s, right? We're not talking about a teenager. We're talking about a guy in his mid-30s. Like,
yeah,
you can't be friends with everybody. We're screw you. We're breaking up.
Right.
yeah. So he decided that at that point I'm like, okay, what why would I even communicate with dude? I'm just gonna mind my own business, do my thing, not talk bad about him, and leave it there. Let it be there. And there was an issue with whatever podcast. I was giving a friend a ride down there, who was supposed to be on the show. She didn't end up getting on the show. There was some communication that transpired, I guess, once we got there or whatever. And it was like, what we're gonna do with our time now that we're down in Santa Barbara. She wanted to do some street interviews, and I tried to get her on the show by like reaching out to Andrew Wilson, who was on the show at the time, because he was like one of the virtual guests. He's always there, like a virtual co-host.
Right.
So, he said he was going to look into it. We never heard back. She wanted to do some street interviews. We did some street interviews. And because I walk up to her and the two individuals she was talking to, Easy's trying to run around and try to say, like, by me talking to them, that makes me a creep, someone trying to do something inappropriate with minors. And I'm like, what? And he's been banging on this narrative now for over a month now.
Wow.
I had my friend.
He got a 15-year-old pregnant, right?
I am aware of that, and now I found that clip. Somebody sent me that clip, and I was like, and I made a video where I was like, wait a minute, you're calling me the creep for talking to somebody, but you were 18 when you got a minor pregnant, but I'm the one that people need to be worried about.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, come on now, that doesn't make sense to me. I said, if anything, out of the two of us who have a track history of engaging with minors, it's you, not I.
Right. But that's how he does. Like, he was sitting there talking shit about Jimbo when he was 17 in his first marriage. He was 17. He was a kid, Child marriage is child marriage. So, but Speakeasy being guilty of impregnating a 15-year-old girl, he sat there and harped and harped and harped about Jimbo's first marriage.
And they've never been married, so it was 100% statutory rape. What he did. And that's still punishable by law in Canada. So
I don't know if there's a statute of limitations or if there was a Romeo and Juliet law.
There is one, but it didn't fit the bill for them. Yeah. They weren't in that parameters.
Yeah. So now, since he's continuing to slander and defame my name, I'm just going to have to do the next best thing and get law enforcement involved. And not law enforcement, but my lawyer's involved and have him sued for defamation.
if you need any help with that, let me know.
Well, that's why I'm trying to get a more of his story, like a timeline with him. Like, is this a common occurrence? Is this
Yes.
like or just like a fluke thing? Like, is this a habitual behavior that he has?
Yes.
Repeated habitual, yes, absolutely. He is.
So yeah, that's really what I'm trying to do.
All the people that were there, like Toxic, is here in the chat right now. And he was one of Easy's top mods and helpers.
Yeah.
Resto was like pretty much he was Easy's channel. And he's gone.
That's what I heard.
Rude Mudcrab's gone. All his original people are gone because he's too much of a narcissist to have anybody around to help him. Like he runs everybody off and then plays victim. Like,
yeah, I don't know how many people he's told me have tried to dox his kids, or I mean, he even tried to say I dox them by playing a video that was already uploaded about him, and he's like, "You're trying to dox my baby mom." I'm like, no, I am not.
He doesn't understand what doxing truly is, and tries to make himself a victim with everything that anybody does.
Well, thank you very much.
He's a perpetual victim. He said the same thing about me and Jimbo. Same thing about Nick. So,
what did you guys do? Allegedly.
Oh, well, I mean, he was saying that, I mean, when Jimbo and Christina first started talking, Christina would show Jimbo what's going on, right? And
and Christina, I've been meaning to try to get in contact with her as well.
Well, he called the cops on her one day because she sent Jimbo messages of theirs.
Oh wow!
Like literally called the law on the baby's mama.
He called the law on Christina for sending me a text message, bro.
Yeah, and said that she was friends with pedophiles.
What?
Talking about Jimbo, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why would he even? How could he say that? Like,
because of my first marriage.
Oh, your first
34 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Your first marriage.
I've been married to my current wife for 31 and a half years. But yeah, some reason when I was 17 and married a minor, that makes me a pedo.
You were both underage.
Both are underage, yeah.
That's what we've said.
That's not
a lot of these people don't.
Both had to have parent signature. Both had to have.
Yeah. Like you had your parents, like both your guardians had to sign off on it.
Yes.
And it's almost like an emancipation. Same process, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, just like it. Yeah. And Christina, she saw him on YouTube, saw one of his videos bragging about being the great dad that he claims to be. Always spending time with his kids, and always, he said each kid had a house that he'd already paid for. That he drives BMW, and that he actually had custody of his nonverbal handicapped son. Well, Christina has custody.
That's okay.
And yeah, that's her in chat, and he's only seen him 3 times in his whole life. And that's just not being a father. So don't claim it. That's what made her come to YouTube and expose him. Otherwise, it's until how long he would have got away. He would have eventually got caught, but it's until how long he would have got away with, telling everybody he's a perfect dad and has good relationships with all his baby mamas.
Yeah, like when it comes to like stuff like that, I understand like that women can and tend to weaponize custody against like men.
Absolutely, they can and do.
And I'm not assuming that Christina is or anything. I'm always one of those people like I'll rather wait till the dust settles until like I'm making any type of like official statement.
Right. Oh, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
because you know that does. I mean,
You got most of it
37%.
posted there.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I wanted to talk to her to kind of get more of an understanding on
Yeah.
things. Because I understand that, like, you know, 37% of all false allegations happen to be in family court. You know, so that's typically.
Have you seen the videos that Christina's put on her channel?
I think I saw one that was a song. It was like the Dax. It was
I
a
was going to
Dax
say
Joker song.
you should go and read some of those messages he sends her.
That's right. Some Beach said, not that woman, though. She has begged and begged for Sleazy to see that baby boy. She has. She really has. She's sent him texts, you know, hey, do you want to see him on his birthday? You want to see him on Christmas? And Sleazy used to pretend like he wanted to, and then he just wouldn't show up. And now he just won't, you know, he's blocked her, and he says he's going to take the baby, full custody, all this stuff. But every time they go to court, he wants a continuance because he don't have a lawyer and says he can't afford one.
Well, this is the same baby mama that they had an argument when she was 5 months pregnant, and she asked him to leave, and he wouldn't leave until he got his month's rent back, his part, and then he left.
Yeah.
And
how about
that was one of the last times she has seen him. Again, he's only seen his son 3 times, which means only seen Christina probably 3 times.
Yeah.
And that's how he did her and that baby.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Here you go, buddy. Be careful. It definitely is a repeated behavior. You know, the way he treats people, women.
He blamed,
it doesn't matter to him.
Didn't he blame his ex-girlfriend for the DUI that he got because something similar happened at her house and they asked him to leave?
Yeah, we've got that info on our channel here somewhere too. But yeah, his ex-girlfriend that his baby is another baby mama. He was at her house.
15-year-old?
Yep. It's the one that was 15. He was at her house. They tried to reconnect, you know, after he had had the child with Christina. And this baby mama had to call the law on him because he got out of hand at her house, drunk, and wouldn't leave.
Slamming doors, yelling, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, being aggressive. So she called the law on him, and then he goes on Facebook and blames her for him possibly getting a DUI. How could you let me leave drunk?
He could have walked.
You could have walked.
Yes, could have walked. Could have called an Uber. Anything.
I was gonna say you don't get those choices when you're acting like an asshole and people ask you to leave. Hey, how you leave is on you. That's your decisions, you know what I mean? And he could have put them feet on that sidewalk and got away just as much. Probably wouldn't have got a DUI. Yep. Worst case scenario, public intox. But
definitely
again,
definitely not the girl's fault.
Bad adult decision making.
Yeah. Hey, Resto's in chat. He said, "I'm not running from the fight. I don't have words for the guy anymore. Just hands." Resto, I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. I would pay to see it.
You know, like for me, it's you know, like the David and Goliath story. You know, that's cute. You know, it's a good Bible story. It's a great biblical story. But if it was going to happen in reality, outside of Bible times, you don't see very many little guys winning that fight historically.
No.
You know, and for me, like there's really no reason for me to fight somebody that, you know, unless they're trying to threaten my life. That's the way I look at it. You know, like unless this individual is trying to say like, hey, I want to end your life, you know, then that's a different. Then it's like, okay, you want to threaten my livelihood or threaten my life, you know, keep me from living. Well, then now, sure, I'll take your threat, you know, seriously. But if you want to do it with, I want to do it under kickboxing rules, and I want, you know, in a ring, and I want to what you want to ref? No, if we are fighting, it is to fight. It's to neutralize the threat.
Mm-hmm.
And That's how I look at it. And so unless you are telling me you are a threat, then I'm not taking you serious.
And if I have to take you serious, I'm not going to play around. I'm too
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
To
There's
fuck
no
off.
games. It's
Yeah.
going to be your life or my life, and I
Right.
like breathing.
I get that. I get that. You know what? Honestly, man, I wish a lot more people had that kind of attitude. I wish I had that kind of attitude growing up, especially.
Well, I mean, I've done a lot of fighting as a kid. Like I'm not a kid. I'm 40 years old.
I'm 50.
Like I'm 40 years old.
I got in a fist fight a month ago.
Jimbo's a
I
brawler.
got in a fist fight a month ago.
Like if I have to fight, then it better be for something life changing, life threatening. Like not just because you want to get some clicks and views on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. And that's all he wants. He don't want to fight. He don't want to fight. He has zero plans of showing up. He knows it ain't gonna happen. He's just gonna run his mouth and try to get clicks and views out of it. That's all that matters to him.
And that I mean, if you were talking about like a celebrity boxing match, right, where it's like, this is what me and Resto were originally talking about, that brought this whole fight thing together, right? Like me and Resto were talking about like, oh, that'd be dope if we created like, bring back celebrity boxing match, and like it brought it to YouTube. Now here's the thing with celebrity boxing matches, like those are done for charity events mainly. The celebrities that are fighting, they don't make any money out of it. Really, it's more of like a way to get a good tax write-off for them.
Yeah,
because they could say that they were earned this money for the fight, but they donated it to this charity, and then they could use that charity as a write-off for taxes later on that year, right? So it's a nice way to give money to a charity, also get a tax write-off, and be able to look good in the public, right? So it's just one of those things where that would be cool if we're able to bring that to the YouTube. Now I highly doubt that something like that would be able to be done on YouTube without having to get the boxing commission involved, or
any kind of combat sports is most states are illegal without the athletic commissions.
Yeah, and to doing it dirty to where you're like, doing it guerrilla style where you're trying to do it in people's backyards and stuff is way too much liability risk involved, and
it already exists. That street is that, You ever watched any of that?
I have.
That's pretty wild stuff. They let people fight anybody, like age difference, weight difference, wearing shoes, it don't matter.
Yeah, yep. And so like
idea about the
but it was cool. And then Resto asked me, he's like, Glenn, who would you put who would want to fight me on YouTube? Who do you think you would want to fight me on YouTube? And I only know one person that actually has a problem with Resto. Well, now too, but one person that has a problem with Resto, but that would want to fight over it. And that would be easy.
Yeah.
So when he asked me that question, I said, well, that's an easy answer. Would be Easy that would want to fight him, right? And so Easy takes that clip from Resto's stream and tries to say that I am trying to set up a fight between him and Resto, and I'm like,
close it up.
Like, what are you talking about? And then he says that he would fight us both. Well, no pro fighter that I know, like, and I'm friends with a few of them. Like,
Me too.
I'm friends with former UFC fighter John Finch.
You know Finch?
Yeah, I know Finch.
Cool.
Yeah, we used to do a podcast together. We were on the same podcast for a while.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I met him through another friend. We met up in person in San Diego several years ago.
Awesome.
And even John Finch wouldn't even, take 2 fights in one night. Like, that's not.
They don't do that anymore. Not since the early UFCs. They don't do it. Athletic commissions don't allow it. Usually you have to have 7 days after a fight.
Yeah. At
you're
least
fight
at
again.
least 7 days, because you have to get cleared through medical again, and got to make sure that you don't have any concussion symptoms or anything like that. And so for him to see that he wants to fight us both, or it's same night back to back, or it's not going to happen, well, you're not going to get one. It's not going to be, obviously it's not going to be a legal fight, so whatever contract you try to draw up to
Not
make
gonna be valid.
it's not going to be valid, because the state that you're in, or whatever state that you end up doing this in, is not going to permit two fights back to back.
Right.
That's what I said as soon as I heard it. As soon as I heard, because I heard he was wanting to fight Resto, and then when I actually heard the clip, it was, no, I want to fight you and Glenn back to back. I was like, oh, that's what he don't want to fight. He knows there ain't gonna be no fight, not back to back in the same night.
And like, he wants to do it for money, and I'm just like, look, man, I don't fight for money. I fight for survival. I was, prior military, also former corrections officer. I get in a fight, just a regular fist fight. Yeah, they're gonna use my training against me in court.
They would.
So why would I even
Of course, you do
consider?
have a guy going around claiming to be a professional fighter here.
Who?
Speak easy. He's a kickboxer, ain't he, Kemper?
Yep.
What he said.
Wow. He's a professional kickboxer?
Yeah, there's Christina. She said he wouldn't know what about those rules because he's not a professional like he claims to be. Yeah, he claims to be a professional kickboxer or a boxer or something. I've seen one video fight that he actually at one point had uploaded on his channel. I don't know where in the hell I could find it at, but he's fighting another little skinny fella. And
It was in his video, that home run video.
Is it in the home run video?
I'm pretty sure.
He grabs the guy by the hair of the head and just starts swinging like a woman. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Right. Right.
Yeah, like, isn't it kind of funny? There's like a mirroring of like Andrew Tate.
And that was his guy for a long time. Kept talking about how his buddies with him and all this other shit. And yeah, he's basically like the guy that we started this channel over, Ernie Shell. Ernie Shell thought he was Dog the Bounty Hunter and everybody else.
Dog the Bounty Hunter, the guy with in Florida or in Hawaii that's known as the bounty hunter guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a whole nother, man. You want to take a deep dive into some funny stuff. You look that guy up and go back.
We claim we claim that he is Easy's daddy because they're so much alike.
Yeah. He's in jail now. He finally let his mouth write too many checks he couldn't cash.
Yeah, like it's silly, like, and then his beef with me is really silly.
It is. If it's over that, like he feels, I don't know, somehow slighted or disrespected because you didn't shun Resto based on his.
No, he won't come out and say that, like, oh, he didn't like me because of that.
Of course,
he's trying to say that the whole thing on whatever and all that stuff that took place with my friend Josie when she was doing her man in the street interview stuff is what really caused it. It's just he thinks I was creepy or whatever, and I'm like, okay, well, everything that he tried to claim on there wasn't true. I had Josie even come on my stream and clear all that up and say exactly what went down, but still he keeps running this narrative, and I'm like, okay, so we know it's not that. We know, but he won't admit that, like, he didn't like the fact that, one, my channel is growing a lot faster than his is, and that it's affecting his bottom line.
Oh, yeah.
I try to have conversations with people about real topics. I don't do the whole like blood sport debate thing. I I do like let's dialogue. Like the other day we're talking about sex robots. Like how realistic is this? I mean, how serious should we consider this like a real issue? Because like it's obviously a thing, they're making them. You know, I don't do the I try not to do the bullshit videos and arguments and fights. And the only time I have done them is when I'm trying to refute or, you know, clear up any bullshit that this individual has said.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's the kind of creator he is. You know, he seeks that out because, like I think you touched on a little bit, he needs the content, he needs the views. That's what gets him the views.
Yeah, there are some creators that need to have an enemy because that's the only way that they're able to stay relevant is by having an enemy to go to war with. And that causes like, you know, that creates the drama farming and you know, just eyes on the channel, right? Like, ooh, let's see what they said about this individual this time.
Yeah.
And so like I try to stay away from that. But when you are continually slandering my name, trying to paint me out to be someone that um is willing to do something inappropriate with a minor, I'm not going to stand for that. And as I look into things and I dive into a hole and I find out, oh, this individual is actually that says that they did this.
Yeah.
You know, that's weird. Is this kind of projection? You know, like you're accusing me of something that you actually have done.
It
That's kinda
is.
odd.
It is absolutely. There's that guy, Ernie Shell, and there's I would say at least 25 different people, and I'm talking creators in this community and surrounding communities that that's the first thing they go, you know, if you don't agree with them, well, you're a pedo.
Yeah, and it's just like
Yeah.
they don't understand like throwing that type of label out there against somebody really can affect their livelihood.
Could
Can
affect
you
their
And
safety.
Can you imagine a basketball coach at a elementary school who is a substitute teacher, and somebody drove or flew halfway across the country and put flyers with his face on it in mailboxes, telling them to keep their neighborhood safe and telling them to use a pedo? Can you imagine that?
somebody did that?
Yes,
Yep.
did it to me recently.
Wait a minute, somebody did that to you?
Yep.
Yep. About a month and a half, 2 months ago, like
Yep.
right before Ernie went to jail.
Yep.
Who did that?
A guy named Tyrant Bird.
Are you prosecuting them or at least suing them for defamation?
I'm looking into it, and the Postmaster General is looking into it over him actually opening mailboxes and stuffing it in there without postage on it.
Oh, how did he open mailboxes?
He went down there. He
Drove
physically
by
went
the
down
road with
there,
rural
had the
mailboxes.
flyers, and went to all the mailboxes, putting them in the mailboxes.
Yep.
Oh wow.
You know, and I had a little link.
Not
that
only
clicked
did they do it,
into-
they videotaped themselves doing it.
Yeah, they went live doing it.
They were live. Oh my god.
Yeah, people are ignorant, man. Very.
So you're a basketball coach.
Yep.
I was a basketball coach for a private school at one point.
Cool.
You coach boys or girls?
Boys right now. I've coached both, but
How annoying was it coaching girls? It was so horrible for me.
it's a different animal. It's a different
It is
animal.
a completely different animal. I have to say, it's
Yeah.
completely a different animal.
Girls usually are not as talented as
They don't have the mechanics, the physical. Yeah.
fluid movement.
Yep.
They are definitely rougher than boys at all levels.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Yeah. They when they're going in, they will definitely drop that shoulder and
yeah. It's rough. It's rough. Girls are rough. But yeah, in 2017, I coached a AAU team, the national championship.
Very nice.
Several of those boys are playing college ball right now. Let's see, sophomore, juniors this year.
Very, very good. Yeah, like most of the girls that I coached, this was back in 2017, 2016. They're all adults now, and I've seen a few of them get married, and they would still reach out like, "Hey, coach, boyfriend problems." I'll talk to them. Like I'm like the uncle that they still hang out with every once in a while.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I seen on Facebook, one of the girls I coached back when I coached my daughter, and she same exact age as my oldest daughter, and she's got a couple of kids already, and well, she's married, but 20 years old. But to see that after I've seen this, little girl at the age of 12 or 13, 14, playing basketball, not with a care in the world, and now she's got 2 babies, it wakes you up, man. This
Oh yeah,
by so fast.
yeah. It was funny because I was real quick, like, so Christina did that. She did a song on there that was with basically like it was like the female version of Dax's song Joker, right? And I was just working on Dax's music video yesterday with him and Tom McDonald. And it was just really interesting. It was cool. It was a cool little collab. But that's what made me want to bring it up to her, because like her song on there was really good. It was really, really good. But yeah. Side note.
So tell us about your channel a little bit. I know you explained a little bit about it. Girls, put the link in there if you or.
Yeah. So my channel, well, I am just a regular guy that happens to work in the film industry, in the independent cycle of the film industry. So no major labels, no major studios, just really trying to, create the content that we want to watch. I am a former youth pastor, was a youth pastor until I got divorced, went through a really rough divorce that kind of woke me up on how men and women, interact. I worked with a lot of red pill content creators. I worked with Rollo Tomasi. I was his producer for his show for a while. And reading in like the whole red pill thing kind of got me to dive back into my Bible. Started noticing that there was a lot of alignment there, and especially when it comes to patriarchy. And I realized that the modern evangelical church has abandoned like original theology.
Yeah.
And so and they have adopted, and it started in the 80s, right? They adopted what is known as complementarianism or egalitarianism, and they got rejected patriarchal theology for those two. And so you got a lot of these churches will have like female pastors or
as my dad says, they've gone liberal.
Yes, they have gone very, very liberal. And so my lane is more along the lines of, trying to help those Christian guys in this like red pill space. And no, I'm not single. I'm sorry. Like I'm trying to help these red pill guys or these Christian guys that find themselves in the red pill space operate with understanding what's really going on, because the church doesn't help men when it comes to women. It doesn't help either men or women. It doesn't talk about sex very much at all. It tells you that sex is a bad thing outside of marriage, and when you're growing up they're telling you like they beat you over the head with lust and everything like that, but they don't actually teach sex correctly. So growing up you think sex is shameful and bad, and then when you get married they tell you it's okay to have it now, and you're like, well, what do I do? How do I not feel any shame with it? So it's kind of hard to navigate for these young people. So my whole goal is really to help men, equip men to be better men, not for women, but for themselves ultimately. But women will always be a byproduct of success. You know, women like successful men. So if you are a good dude that is leveling up and you're improving yourself and trying to get better and better, you know, every day, then yeah, you're gonna have women interested in you.
Yeah, more successful you are, the more attractive you are.
Yeah, well, and it's like you don't have to be like a baller. You don't have to be like you know to have a Bugatti. You know what I mean? Like you could just be a regular guy that has a house, nice truck, you know, his bills paid, and you know, he lives comfortably.
Yeah,
That right there is enough.
dream.
Yeah. Um, so I really try to help men like be better than what they are, but do it in a godly way. Like the patriarchy is not bad. Patriarchy in itself is not bad, but depending on the man, you could have an evil patriarchy or a good patriarchy. And I would say a good patriarchy would be one that mirrors God's creation, like the way that He designed us to be. His ultimate goal for us.
Yeah.
An evil patriarchy would be like a sinful, fleshful, you know, self-seeking, narcissistic type of ruler. So yeah. That's really what my channel, and I do little skits here and there. Like I said, I am in the entertainment industry, so every once in a while I'll do like a breaking news report where I'm just kind of making fun of like pop culture or stuff in the news.
Current events, stuff like that.
Yeah, current events. I put the character together as a news anchor.
Are those? Do you have some of those on your channel?
Oh yeah, no, they're all on my channel.
Cool.
They're actually pretty funny. I just released one not too long ago about oh, what was it? I think it was about like in Texas. I guess the trans community is not very happy with the fact that they're not letting them change their sex on their driver's license or on their, you know, birth certificates anymore, which I thought was a good thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good thing because, you know, nowadays guys are going to have to start doing a blood test before they actually commit to a woman, which I think is good. You know, I think you know, we need to these days because you never know. These doctors are amazing with the type of surgery they could do.
Yeah, and you know, to each their own. But here's my thing on this. Me personally, if I fall in love with somebody and you know, give them my heart, my soul, and then 2 or 3 years later I find out they used to be a dude, I'm gonna be freaking wrecked.
Yeah. Yep. And you know, try to figure out like think about this. You met somebody, right? And they project to be a woman. You believe that they're a woman, right? And then you get married, and you're like, huh? The plumbing downstairs looks really different. Not saying I've seen a whole lot of them before, but this one looks really different than the last one I've seen.
Yeah.
You know, and then you come to find out that you can't get her pregnant. Does the guy have the right to sue her at that point, or him, like for false you know?
I would imagine so.
I mean, there was that guy that did sue his wife for their ugly baby. That was
Are you kidding me? Did that really happen?
Yeah, this girl got all this like plastic surgery. She got like hundreds of thousands, or I don't know, hundreds of thousands, but thousands of dollars worth of plastic surgery to make herself look beautiful. And then dude marries her, she gets pregnant, and comes out the baby is ugly, looking like Shrek. And then next thing you know, he sues her because he's like, he didn't know that she was ugly before all that plastic surgery. So it was funny.
Wow.
But yeah,
so she tricked him into thinking she was.
Yeah, she tricked him into thinking
good looking with all the surgeries.
Yep.
Then like, the baby turned out to be not so hot. Like when you know, like, oh man, how did you produce such an ugly baby? Oh, you ugly.
Genetics. Yeah, I was gonna say those genetics took over and scrambled some eggs, I guess.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's funny. So we cover stuff like that when I do these breaking news stuff. I did one called couples therapy. You know, I was just kind of making fun of if I was a couples counselor, what I would tell people. But ultimately, like I do more filmmaking in like I said, I just did a music video yesterday. I've done stuff with you know, I was in the Tenant. Played a Russian soldier in Tenant. I've done stuff with uh what's his name? Tom Arnold, Vivica A. Fox. I was in a movie with them.
Cool.
So I mean, yeah. So YouTube is more like my place to just kind of like talk to people
Yeah.
and really you know, help guys, you know, overcome problems, especially when it comes to relationships. Because I remember like when I was going through my divorce that, you know, I was suicidal. And, you know, I never want to see a guy get into that situation and feel that way again. I know what it's like not to feel like there's no hope, and that no one cares. And so that's really what I try to do. I try to use my YouTube as a platform to encourage men to be better, to equip them with biblical tools and biblical, you know, wisdom, um, to really encourage them to keep on pushing, you know. But I like to make fun of stupid people too, because if you're gonna be stupid, we're gonna make fun of you.
I mean, if you're going to be stupid and do it in public, you need it. You need it to be, you know, put out there for other people to enjoy.
Yeah, like come on, 170-pound wet rat trying to fight a 225-pound 6-foot guy, former bodybuilder, that knows martial arts. I don't really think it's a good look.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't think he's 170. Just to be honest, he's like 5'4", 5'5".
Yeah, see,
I'm thinking he's more like 140.
that's why
You
you
like a
know,
pound of bacon for breakfast, you know.
the best that's why Resto. I'm not saying Resto's a small dude either. I don't think Resto's that short. I think he's probably like, I don't know, close to 5'10" or something. I don't know. Haven't met him in person, but you know, I don't see it as a fair fight with me. I do think that him and Resto would probably be a better, fairer fight.
Yeah.
Oh, 150. I mean, I
I'd
curl.
say you're right. I'd say you're right. That you know, based on your history of martial arts and the sheer size difference, and you do some bodybuilding too, so your strength's going to be, you know, triple, quadruple easies, I'm sure. And like I said, like you said, I don't know Resto that well, but even though I do think Resto would whip easy,
Oh yeah,
and Easy's ability, but yeah, I think I agree with you. I think it'd be a little bit better fight. Probably.
and honestly, the people that like let's be real, the people that are the loudest that tend to always be the ones that trying to challenge people to fight are never the ones that actually do really well in the fight.
Yeah.
Oh, Resto says he's the same height.
As easy or as
No, as easy.
Oh.
He says he's 5'7".
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean the people that always tend to be, you know, calling out.
I don't think he's 5'7", Resto. I think Easy lied about being 5'7".
Oh well, see.
Pretty sure he did. Christina, is he 5'7"? I thought Christina might have said he was 5'5", maybe 5'6", maybe. Anyway, answer two. I don't know. Resto comes off to me as more honest and
Oh, he may be 5'5".
Yeah.
Maybe 5'5". Oh.
Yeah, he's a little fella, man. He's a little fella. Yeah, I just think Resto would pick him up. And like I said, to each their own, but you never see Easy without some kind of smoke or something going down his throat.
Yeah, you know, it's like the people that have been about it, that have done things in their life, are not the ones that really brag about it. You know, like
that's it.
They don't brag about it. Like, oh, I could beat you. Well, okay, if you say so.
Yep.
And real fighters, like I mean, like John Finch, like he always talks about not fighting. Like, how can you de-escalate the situation
Exactly.
and not get into a fight?
Exactly.
Because you're always somebody's gonna walk out. You're both gonna walk out hurt to some degree. You know, both individuals run the risk of injuring themselves. You know, so nobody walks out 100%.
You ever seen the movie with Patrick Swayze in at Roadhouse?
Oh yeah.
He goes there and he's getting sewed up by that doctor, and she says, "Jesus, do you ever win a fight?" And he goes, "Nobody ever wins a fight." There's really no truer saying than that.
Yeah, and
you really don't.
Like fighting should be the way I look at it. Fighting is like the last resort.
Yeah,
you know, it's just like war. War is the last resort before when you can't get anything done. So the way I look at it,
I think these people understand about real fighting is, like you said, when it's a real fight and there ain't no referee there to stop it. What do you think stops it? It stops when somebody either gives up or can't go no more, or maybe even gone.
Yeah, it's like it comes down to is like when it stops when you are not moving anymore.
Yeah.
When the threat has been neutralized, when you are no longer a concern, that's when it would stop. And that's real fighting. Like, now I get it. Professional fighting is different. That's entertainment. But that's different. That's a sport. I'm not doing this I wouldn't fight anybody for a sport.
Yeah.
That's just silly. I'll fight if you think that, and I'll invite you over. You want to come fight me? Come here. Here's my address. Come on over. You won't leave the same way you came in. That's for sure.
Yeah. I used to promote MMA fights, and there's a big difference in fighting for sport and fighting. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't call them the same thing. I'd call one of them a combat sport and the other one fighting.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think like boxing and MMA, that is entertainment.
Yeah.
And although it takes skill, takes a lot of skills. But I've known of stories where these guys will be MMA fighters or jiu-jitsu guys, and they would get into a street fight and then they'll die because they're trying to grapple with people, take them to the ground, and the guy pulls out a knife and just stabs them in the side.
Yeah.
You let them get too close. There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And it's just like, is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. I would rather, not look like the big bad mean guy that hurts little people. So I'd rather sue you.
Well, yeah, and honestly, you get in a cage with Easy, and you said you're what, 200 some pounds, 220?
Yeah, 225.
And Easy's over there being all skinny with his little man boobs. People are going to laugh. They'll laugh him out of the building. I mean, it wouldn't, they wouldn't want to see it. And then they would probably boo you, the people who didn't know either one of you, for fighting the little guy.
It's just,
he ain't got no business in there with him. What's he doing in there with him? That kind of thing.
And I don't really have a reason to him. Oh, for defamation, for trying to call me a pedo.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going live. I have a premiere video that's going live soon. I'm not.
Okay.
People think I'm going live. No, it's just a premiere video.
It's a premiere video. Okay.
Oh, and see, that's the thing. I know that he actually, from what I understand that he doesn't have resources of that magnitude to be able to cover a lawsuit. If anything, I'll be suing him to take down
keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, the defaming videos that he has up, and to make a public apology, and say that he was a liar. That's what I would, be suing for. I knew I wouldn't get any money out of him. I'm not doing it for the money.
Right. I agree, Pink Bolo. I think we should let Kim Louise loose on him too. Yeah, a buddy of mine told me that about the other guy, about Ernie Shell one time. He's like, you should just go ahead and sue him because it's it's all cut and dried right there. You've got thousands of videos on him. And I'm like, I ain't gonna get nothing. He's going to jail, and when he gets out, he ain't never gonna have nothing anyway. And he's like, yeah, but if you
Yeah,
sue
but
him,
like for me, it's about my name, right? Like
yeah,
it's for my namesake. Like I said, I do work in the entertainment industry, so therefore I do have a public image to be concerned about.
right, yeah. Look at me, I'm a basketball coach and work. At
Yeah,
school.
you work with kids. I mean, like you definitely have a public image to be concerned about. So even if by suing them, and they have to get rid of their negative and hateful claims they made against you, and have to acknowledge that they lied publicly and apologize for lying. To me, that's the best that you could expect, right? Because if they weren't lying, when you sue them, they're allowed to prove and provide evidence of their case that says that, hey, no, I'm being, I'm not defaming them. I'm just telling the truth. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if they win the lawsuit, then nothing happens to them.
Yeah.
Right. If they lose a lawsuit, if the judge or the jury, agrees with the prosecutor or the plaintiff in this matter, then that means that the individual is wrong. And then they should have to provide an apology publicly, since they slandered your name publicly. They do have to say, like, I was wrong for lying about this individual. This individual did not do these things. I fabricated this story. To me, it's the best thing that could be done, because then they are publicly saying that they're a liar, and
Why
that way
does he say that?
people shouldn't trust them.
What made him accuse you of that particular?
So he's taking the incident that happened at the whatever podcast as a reason for me being a creep around young people, and it wasn't even like the way that he's trying to spin it.
Of course not. He's taking it and making it into something else, and
exactly. And it was just like, and it kind of like threw me. It kind of blindsided me when he, out of all people, was coming at me. I thought we were cool at this point. Like I know I was told that he was talking shit, and I seen a message that he sent somebody else that said I was an enemy and all this stuff. But until, again, the individual doesn't come to me, I'm just gonna assume that, like, there's nothing wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like that you and I are cool and everybody else is talking shit until you come to me and say I have a problem with you. So since that never happened, and he just decided to trying to paint me out to be like this doxing pedo creep, that's when I decided to have a problem with them. Like, okay, this is the route you want to go down. Cool. He went like 3 or 4 days making videos about me before I even responded to him, before I even said anything. Like, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to give him the grace to not do it anymore. I'm going to give him the grace to retract his statements. Okay, he hasn't. Fine. Now let me go ahead and address this issue. And he didn't like it. He doesn't even care if his son has. Damn. He knows I'm broke. Yeah, I'm sorry.
He is really one of the, I don't know, just most despicable human beings I've ever seen, and that's based on his purely on his fatherhood with that son. I just, as a father, I can't fathom the way he treats it. That I just can't.
Now, from what I understand, like, I believe is that the son that happens to be autistic?
He's autistic and nonverbal.
Hey, those young men are some of the most brilliant young people.
Oh, he's awesome. He's an awesome little fella.
My friend Miko. You guys remember the movie Mercury Rising with Bruce Willis? All right, so the guy, the young kid that plays autistic, Simon, in that movie.
Mommy, daddy.
Yeah,
Mommy,
Simon is
daddy.
home. Yeah, that's actually my buddy.
Simon?
Yeah, the plays Simon in that movie, Miko Hughes.
Cool.
Yeah, like he told me like it was crazy playing that role. But I know a few young people that are autistic, and they are brilliant. Like they're just their minds work differently. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kim Louise, thank you for gifting a membership to the stand. We effing love you for that. Let me play my thank you video since we got easy on.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
like Resto's comment there.
Restos.
Mhm.
For the record, I've never said anything about his kids, as he likes to put out. Me and Christina have never talked either. He said more things about my family that I don't even acknowledge. Yeah, I know, Resto. That's just the way he works, man. That's the way he is. I've never heard him say anything about his kids. I did once, and I regretted it immediately. He triggered me right into saying something awful, and I said it, and then I regretted it immediately. But yeah, thank you, Kim, Louise. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I would assume that like I'm just surprised. Like I guess I'm from a different era, like not this internet era.
Right.
Yeah.
Like where you just
Same.
talk a bunch of shit online. Like
Exactly.
Before it's like, okay, if you have a problem with somebody, and I guess it was more localized, right? If somebody had a problem with you and you were aware of it, you would go address them in person because they live within somewhere, like within driving distance of you, right?
Well, there wasn't usually any talking involved either. If you had an issue, you just walked up and started cracking heads.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything to talk about.
The issue's bad enough, yeah.
But now, see, the internet has made everybody so confident in being able to talk shit behind a computer screen, knowing that the individual you're talking about is, miles away from you and doesn't know where you live. There's a sense of false security there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pussies, most of them, though. They've all gotten soft with time.
Very true. And it's just like it's projecting that you're a tough guy doesn't make you a real tough guy.
No.
The most tough guys, like the real tough guys that I know, don't even talk about how tough they are, what they have done. They don't want to brag about their their stuff because it's putting them on blast. They don't want to be known publicly for this. They rather fly below the radar and let you underestimate them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My dad told me when I was a young man, it's always stuck with me, that anybody that goes around bragging about being a tough guy probably ain't a tough guy.
Nope.
It's, deflection, projection, keeps, their defense tactic to keep from being attacked is to make people think they're going to get whipped.
Exactly. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. Got to step out real quick.
Okay. What up, Resto?
Yeah, but he's right. A lot of people these days, they like to sit behind those computer screens and do all that shit talking, but, sort of like Bird and them, they were going to show up, but they never did they?
No, they showed up and avoided me.
Right.
Run around all over the place trying to be backs, do stuff behind people's back, knowing they were within, a couple hundred yards of my house and didn't have the balls to show up and see me face to face after running that mouth, especially about my kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost wants to talk about beating somebody's kid up. How would he like that if it was his?
Right.
It would he?
Just a bunch of pussies.
Ghost has got a real surprise coming for him.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
The karma's a bitch.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna do it right though. I'm gonna go through the postmaster, and I'm gonna send it out to 1,600 homes. You can do 800 at a time. Send it out to 1,600 homes about what Ghost has been accused of and how to keep your streets clean right there in your own neighborhood. So I mean,
I would say make sure that you do it
Yeah.
with like legal facts, like that they have been charged and convicted of.
oh, I'm
This,
just
this,
I'm just
this.
gonna put charged because they ain't been convicted. I'm just gonna put charged. But I will put him. I will put him. The guy that came out here and did that to me
Yeah.
actually had CPS called on him because of alleged inappropriate relations with his child, his daughter.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. And then that same guy wants to come out here and get off with him and another guy and do this thing with these flyers and turn around and call me on the phone and tell me they're gonna hold my 17-year-old son down and make me watch them beat him up.
Your son?
My 17-year-old son, yep.
Because of what you were accused of?
Well, I wasn't accused of anything. I mean,
Or what was alleged?
Yeah. When they don't, yeah, and the one that said that stuff is fake. Like he was my friend until he wasn't friends with another friend of mine anymore. And then, like you said, those allegiances cause people to, oh, well, screw you. If you're with them, you ain't with me. So I went from being an okay guy to, well, let's fly out there and put flyers in people's mailboxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was funny. Like several, I want to say it was sometime in July. I tried to like mediate a beef between this guy named Flow State and Speakeasy.
Oh yeah. I remember when they were having that a little bit.
And something Speakeasy said back then, it was like, you're gonna have to pick sides one of these days. And I'm like, I don't gotta pick sides with anybody. I could be friends with multiple people.
Yeah.
Like I have friends that don't get along with each other, and that's okay. They don't have to like each other.
That's Speakeasy's whole gimmick. He wants to make people choose sides. He wants to try to destroy people's channels. He came over here wanting to be friends with everybody, acted cool, and then one day flipped out.
He was sub farming.
Yeah, he came over here and said it wasn't supposed to go like this, but then he starts getting on to me saying, "Did you threaten to dox somebody?" Well, I sure did. I didn't dox them, but yeah, I sure did threaten them. So he went off on me like he's some big kind of moral high ground guy, like, oh, no, you can't do that. And then he's doxed everybody under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And he claims to be a drug dealer, but with morals, right?
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's true. This guy.
It is.
It's crazy. And
he sold meth, but he was moral about it. Like, come the fuck on. You can't sell that shit without being immoral. Like, there's no way around it. I don't care if you refuse to sell to your friends or women or pregnant chicks or whatever, dude. It's still bad shit. It's a poison. And you sold it. So fuck off.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what he came over here during one of our live streams. And
now, how did you guys get like involved with him? Like, how did that?
He started with Ernie and trying to use Ernie as content, and Ernie bled it into the bullshit lies that he created, and Easy adopted those as his and started running his mouth.
Yeah.
And so we did what we always
Easy
did.
Found his way over here through Ernie.
So Easy was friends with this guy, Ernie? Is that what you're saying?
He tried to be. He was trying to become relevant on YouTube and build what he called a brand, but he had no way of creating content. He didn't give anything for people to want to watch, except for some thirsty old 50 and 60-year-old women that are lonely as fuck and want to see him fucking dance on his fucking channel. That's all that was, literally. But, he was trying to build a channel. He tried to use Ernie and then us and other people afterwards to try and build his channel.
Yeah, he made that claim, Honey Bunny. I don't think.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
I think he is freezing.
Oh, he froze.
Yeah. He'll be coming back in a minute, I'm sure. I heard him do the robot. I was like, what? Yeah, and he's sort of stuck. He's probably sitting there talking, not realizing it.
That's happened to me before. I typically have to hop out and then hop back in.
Right. Yeah, well, it happens to me all the time, man. I hate my internet connection sucks. So a lot of times, you know. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yep. He was also in with this chick that tried to use Ernie Shell's brother that's in prison for murder. She tried to make herself relevant by using his name and trying to claim his innocence of something that he pled guilty to, and tried to create a lot of lies that she tried to say that Ernie and his gay lover had pictures with the corpse of the guy that Ernie's brother murdered.
Oh
Said
wow.
300 pictures worth. And like those are the kind of lies that she was bringing. I was like, okay, if the authorities have 300 pictures of Ernie and his boyfriend with the corpse, shouldn't they be in jail? Oh no, they have to wait for the grand jury to indict. I was like, nope, that's bullshit. Sorry, just not how it works.
I mean,
But that's the kind of people that Easy was building his camp up with, just straight up liars.
wow.
And she has since screwed him over financially, because I guess his Cash App, which I guess isn't legal in Canada, was in her name, I'd say, is what the problem was. And they had some beef, and he went and posted on his community post for people not to send any money to that Cash App. He didn't want to get into details, but I'm sure it had something to do with what she pretty much tried to screw us over. And um, first it started with Jimbo and then me, and then it became this whole destroy the stand kind of mission. It looked like, try to divide and conquer kind of thing. And so whenever she showed up over in his neck of the woods, along with a few other troublemakers that we know of, we were like, yeah, that's exactly what's going on over here. So
Oh, so okay. And that's how you guys end up he popped on your guys' radar.
yep, because we already had beef with that one chick, and of course with her being over there, and a few other people we knew to be troublemakers was over there, and some we didn't even figure to be troublemakers that ended up being troublemakers. Yeah, but that was why I said he was sub farming. He was trying to kiss up to a lot of people and get them to like him, and then him start some beef and take some subs with him, kind of thing. A lot of those people on YouTube that can't create content. That's what they have to do to build channels.
Yeah, see, I don't do that. I just talk about topics and that I'm interested in and that I have an opinion on,
Right.
and encourage people to dialogue with me. That's really what I try to do. Engage,
Right.
have a conversation.
Well, Easy tries to do that. He tries to take that approach, but he's too narcissistic and tries to bully when he does it. And it don't make good conversation no matter what. You know what I mean? When you're that kind of asshole. And I've seen his little was it verbal combats that he does, and all of these other debates he talks about. And I mean, for one, his thoughts aren't even his own. It's something that he's heard someone else say, and he regurgitates it. Sort of like you were talking about the whole Andrew Tate thing. For the longest time, that's what he was doing, was just repeating that kind of bullshit and trying to impress people. It just wasn't impressive. Not to most people. Yep, and the ones Easy got from here, we were glad to get rid of. That's right, Donna. We sure were.
I mean, I get it. You could be influenced by somebody, or you may admire somebody. You may want to mirror or have some of their traits, but you still gotta fake. You can't fake it till you make it.
Well, I mean, Christina said something about Speakeasy trying to mimic one of her ex-boyfriends that Easy reached out to since her and him broke up, and that guy was a
What?
kickboxer.
Oh, so that's where he got his kickboxing skills from?
I would say between him and Andrew Tate, that's where he adopted that whole storyline for himself. That's just my guess, but you know, it's an educated one. I'm watching,
Well,
looking at
you
what I'm
know,
seeing, and saying, "Hey, that's pretty much what I see." But
that's well, okay. Um, oh, that yep, Neve and Jimbo both saw all the proof. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
oh yeah, yep, sure did. But yeah, like for him to call the cops on his baby's mama, the one he deserted and knew she was a single mother of 2 kids, and try to get her arrested because she showed somebody some messages he sent. I mean, that's pretty damn low in my book. Really
Oh,
is.
is that what happened? Like, so she showed Neve and Jimbo the messages, and he tried to.
I don't know
Um.
about Neve, but I know about Jimbo, and she did show Jimbo the messages. And next thing you know, she's getting threatened by Speakeasy, and I think those might be on her channel. But yeah, he tries to use those threats, and what he would do is he would send all these messages and then block her, and then come back, and then whenever he chooses to speak is when she gets unblocked for him to talk to her. You know what I mean? So he's being 12 years old with that shit too. But yeah, he's your textbook narcissist. Truly is. It's pretty bad too. I mean, he's been living in his mama's basement most of his life. The only time he hasn't is when he's been living with one of the females that he was with, and obviously, not really paying for a lot. Maybe splitting the bills a little bit, but when there's babies involved and kids coming along, you take care of shit. You do
Yeah.
more of the manly part of it. You don't just, oh, we're just going to split the bills, and no, you
Well, I
don't do
mean, you're
that
gonna
shit.
do what you're gonna do what you can, right, to cover
Hmm.
your family's financial needs, right? So
Hmm.
if that means you could cover it all, great. If you can't, that's understandable because most Americans cannot cover. It takes two incomes in most America today.
Oh yeah.
Um, it's only 18% of couples that's married or not married that could live off of one income.
Hmm.
So for the majority of families today,
Well, I'd say it's even worse in Canada too. So.
oh, I don't know about Canada. I just know about America. But for the most part, most families have two incomes.
Hmm.
Very few, very only 18% could live off of one. So
Right.
it's it's
But basically what I was saying is he was only compromising to half when he could have done a lot more.
yeah, 50-50. That's kind of silly, but I mean, like,
Especially when she's pregnant,
yeah,
5 months pregnant. You sort of try to take on a little bit more and take a little bit
of
off of
course,
her.
of
But he
course,
wasn't trying to do that. He asked for rent money back and then dipped out. You know? It's just he just shows who he is. All you have to do is look.
yeah. I mean, I feel bad for people that end up getting involved with him or having to come across his path of BS at times because it's just it's unnecessary, and until he feels the consequence for his actions significant enough, he's not going to change.
No, he won't. And him being coddled by mom just isn't going to help it either.
Mm. I wonder, was he like an only child, or like did he grow up in a single home? Anybody know?
I don't know for sure, but I haven't seen anything about siblings. But I could be wrong. So I haven't really looked that far into it. Um, like I said, I mean that's Christina could probably answer that, but I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't want to have beef with dude. I never wanted to have beef with dude.
Mhm.
He had the beef. I'm just constantly clearing up lies that he's saying.
The half sister grew up in the same home. Okay. And a half brother. Got it.
Yeah, because I don't want to have issues. I don't like having issues with anybody. Really, I don't.
Right.
I try to, you know, stay to myself, do my thing. If I have a problem with somebody, they'll know that I have a problem with them before anybody else does. And leave it at that.
Right. Hell, I don't even have to talk to you. You know?
Yeah.
If I don't like you, fuck you. I'm
That's
not gonna
that's really
spend
what I
any
would normally
energy.
do is I just ignore you.
Right.
Okay. If I don't like an individual, I don't talk to him. If I say something about an individual, it's probably because I somewhat care about the individual. You know what I mean? Like if I criticize somebody's behavior, like, oh, this person did this wrong, or they shouldn't have done that, right? Or if I even tell them, like, hey, you fucked up. You shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. Me saying anything is probably because I care.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I didn't care about you, why would I waste my breath telling you something?
Mm-hmm.
You only argue with people that you tend to care about.
Most
You
of the
know?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where your motivation is. So
Yeah. Like so. But when somebody's going out of their way to try to ruin your name and stuff like that, well, that's different. It's not that I'm trying to fight for pride or anything. I'm fighting for my namesake.
right. Oh, I get it. We've been doing it with Ernie for 3 years, and of course, Speakeasy tried to stick his nose in it and run his mouth. So there was that, and that's how that started with him. And of course, a lot of the same people that are flipper floppers and supported Ernie ended up supporting Speakeasy too. And it's funny how it just all becomes the same slop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All the
and
same type of people, man.
it's funny because like the one thing that a lot of these individuals like will have in common is kind of like a small cult like following, right? You know, like where you
Mhm.
could tell you could present evidence, to their people, and they'll just deny that it even exists or
So,
deny that
are
it happened.
those kind of people? Are you referring to the type that will call themselves an animal, like we're tigers, or we're eagles, or we're jellyfish, or we're bears?
Um,
You
yeah,
get
like
where I'm
if,
going with that?
yeah, like if like the leader of them, if the leader like it calls himself, something along those lines, then
Yeah,
yeah, like the followers will associate themselves with that group, right?
yep.
Because they
Because
want to be
that's
accepted into the group. They want to have that acknowledgement as like part of the movement.
right. Well, I mean, that's what Ernie and Speakeasy and a few other people have been doing that we've been standing there watching. Like they all call themselves bears and tigers and all this other eagles and all this other dumb shit. And these are people in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah, I
So
just
you
learned
can
that
sort of see that cult mentality with them, you know?
calling yourself a bear may not be a good thing. I guess in the world of weirdness, it means like somebody that takes it in the butt aggressively or something. I don't know. I just wouldn't want to call myself something that refers to a weirdo that takes it in the butt.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's almost
It,
like saying that you're gay without saying you're gay.
right. I mean, or being a thirsty whore, you know? I'm thirsty. I'm a bear. I need attention. Look at me. I'm part of you. That kind of shit, man. There is no individuality anymore. Everybody has to try to tribe up, I guess, And I mean, I understand the tribe mentality, but it can be bad too.
Yeah, tribe and see, there's a difference. Like, there's being part of a tribe. That's a good thing, right? But like, you know, um, you don't have to really do anything outside of what you're doing for your tribe to accept you.
Right, of course.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you demand everybody, refer to themselves as a peacock, because you are the peacock clan, well, it's kind of weird.
Right. Yeah, and it definitely shows the cult mentality, like you said, man. It's just funny watching adults do it, at their age on internet. It'd be different if they, were hanging out in a building with each other, going and doing stuff. But no, they're just chit chatting. Hey, we're bears now. You feel like a bear,
Care Bear stare.
Right.
I mean, I remember the Care Bears. I mean, that was a cool cartoon when I was a kid.
Right. Oh yeah.
But I don't. Yeah.
I don't understand it. I mean, the way I dismiss it is they're all just the same. Let them be together, birds of a feather type thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Again, like I said, I'm not one to want to like have problems with anybody. I really don't. I don't see the need to, unless you or have done something or I have done something that warrants a problem. And I try not to, go down those roads. I try to de-escalate things more than escalate things. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've been through some stuff, and so why would I want to have more problems if I don't need problems? Really, like, if I don't need to have problems, why would I create problems? Life already gives you enough problems. You don't need to go out there and manufacture problems. I saw a comment here. Do I consider myself I'm red pill adjacent, where this is what I say with the red pill. Okay. The red pill does get their descriptors of men's problems are right. I have a problem with their prescriptors. I have a problem with their prescriptions to the problem. I say that the red pill tells you what is the problem, and the Bible tells you what to do about what is. So if the red pill is pointing out the problem, I believe that the Bible tells you how to deal with that problem, how to conduct your life.
Yeah, sure does.
So I'm more, that they would say I'm more red pill adjacent.
Yeah, I was going
Where
to say, I mean, the red pill is basically, your conservative brand, and the
Well,
Bible
actually,
is
it's
it
not
stands
really
with.
conservative. If it in
Compared to
regards to,
today's standards is why I say that.
well, in regards
With
to, like, when it comes to intersexual dynamics between men and women, it's not the same. It's really not the same by any means. The red pill really just means, from the intersexual dynamic standpoint, when it comes to dating and relationships, it tells you what is just about what is. Even their advice is not good or bad. It's just what is. Now, the problem with the red pill is that if it just stuck to telling you about what is, like, this is the data, this is what men and women are prone to do, based off observations. This is what you could expect, and left it at that, then that would have been fine. The problem with the red pill is when they give you prescriptions like go out and try to sleep with 50 women before marrying a woman. That's not good for society. That's
no,
not good, at all. Or just if she doesn't sleep with you on the first night, next her. Well, that's not good either. Like, that's like, there might be a legitimate reason why she's not having sex with you. Right. So I think what a lot of people don't understand about the red pill, it's not what you see sensationalized like on a lot of these podcasts. The best place that I would tell people, if they really want to understand about it, go look up, like, on Reddit, like, the married red pill, because that's where you get a whole bunch of guys that are sitting there trying to figure out how to win their wife back, how to save their marriage, how to get their wife to have sex with them again. That was the real red pill. It was always about like, how to save something. And in doing so, intersexual dynamics, how men and women behave, became a huge study. A lot of the information that people know now about how what attracts women was done by a lot of those pickup artists in the early days, like, because you got all these pickup artists going out there trying these different things and to get with women, and they would share notes. And now we know women like certain, are more drawn to certain types, or things like that. But the married red pill was like where, the real, like, what do I got to do to win my wife over? How do I save my marriage kind of conversations were going on. And I think that's important. So I think that what we see on, like, YouTube now, a lot of the women ain't shit, man ain't shit podcasts, that doesn't do any good. Sure, it may expose, certain behaviors from people, and that's fine. But, if all the podcasts are just showing that, then you are going to give people this impression that all men and women are like that. And if we want families, healthy families, to be a new thing, kind of bring back that traditional nuclear family, we got to give them reasons to believe that they could have that.
Yeah, we do. Well, Glenn, I'm sorry, man. My battery is about to die, and I believe Jimbo's internet went out. So
Yeah, no problem.
yeah,
No
I'm gonna
problem.
have to end this for now. But if you want to come back and hang out with us tomorrow night or whenever, man, just let us know, man.
Sounds good. Thank you guys for having me.
Well, thanks for coming up, brother. It's been a nice chat.
Yes, it was.
We'll have to do it again.
Definitely. Thank you, chat. You guys are great. Thank you in there. And I will chat with you all soon.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. Sorry about that, guys. The unexpected does happen, but I'm off tomorrow, so I'm sure we'll be live again tomorrow. So be sure to hit that like on the way out. And until then, this is Kemper coming to you live from the stand.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. older dude, cracked your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently, thanks for trying me. Now it's finally